So here we have our special needs pen. And it's special needs because Billy here has tight tendons. So he has trouble walking. And, well, he's doing so much better now. But he did have trouble. So he ended up not being able to be with Dalmatian because Dalmatian was just too rough. So we wanted him to have some roommates that he could, that wouldn't bully him. And we have some bunnies. And what's awesome about these bunnies are they're just babies. I believe a week old. So just a week old. Oh, they're so soft. So one of these bunnies has eye issues. So essentially blind. They're family members, but I can barely remember the way they're related. It's like cousins or something like that. So they've been together and they give each other emotional support. So they were looking for a home. Obviously, it kind of needed to be a home more on the pet side than a lot of the type of homes that people who are looking for rabbits would get. So, you know, not meat. They just needed somewhere calm and welcoming to stay. So that's what we have here. We have them with Billy, who is, of course, the most wonderful. They kind of seem to stay to their own, but I think once they get to know Billy, they'll probably hang out a little more. But they're wonderful. But like I said, one of them is partially or completely blind, so he relies on his buddy, and that's fine. So we'll always have them together like that. And we'll have them with other animals that are just calmer and we don't have to worry about fighting and things like that. So you couldn't ask for a better roommate than Billy. Billy was previously in with a couple of other rabbits, some older rabbits we had. He loved it. He tried to cuddle with them constantly and they were actually quite tolerant of the whole thing. Hey, you just looking to cuddle, aren't you? Hi. And even these are some friendly bunnies. Don't usually get bunnies that won't just go in the corner and stay there. Hi, guys. They're so soft. So these are Flemish Giants. They're Flemish Giants, and if you didn't know that, you should know by the fact that they're only a week old, and they're already the size of other types of rabbits. So they are massive, and they get massive, of course. They're giants by name. And they're bred that way. They're usually a meat rabbit, so you want as much body as you can on them. That's not why we have them. They're just our pets, but Flemish Giants do get huge. They're also really pretty. I was never a rabbit person. I didn't like rabbits that much growing up. I always found them incredibly destructive. That hasn't changed a lot. A lot of our fence walls here have been chewed by the rabbits, and now the rabbits go between all the cages. They are sweet, they're just chewers, and that's just their nature. But as a person who was growing up like in apartments and you had cats or whatever, sometimes I'd have the occasional friend who would have bunnies. And that was not my thing, because those bunnies chewed everything. They chewed wires, they were just chewers, right? They need to live in the right environment, and then they're as good as can be. What we really want for our bunnies is for them to live colony style, which would mean they all live together in sort of a natural habitat, not in pens. Not in cages, of course, they're not in cages anyway, but not even in pens, something just more natural. So, they would be on dirt and they could dig their tunnels, which they like to dig tunnels and nest in the ground. So it's so much more natural and better for them to do it that way. So that's the goal. The reason why that's a pretty lofty goal is it's really hard to secure a colony. Oh, I got a visitor. Really hard to secure a colony from predators. So what you have to do is you actually have to dig up the earth. You have to put fence down underground, and then you have to bury that ground in dirt because they need to be able to dig tunnels. It needs to be deep enough that they're not going to immediately hit cage, but you have to keep the rats out. And keeping rats out of anything is just a nightmare. And that's not including other things like foxes and that. Raccoons, so it's really, really hard. It's really expensive because the wire that you need for rats is incredibly tight-knit mesh. And it has to be that way or they'll just go right through the openings. So the tighter the mesh, the more expensive it is. So we're working on it. why we're here, why we're doing what we're doing, one thing at a time. We got the birthing pens going. Hopefully the colony will be this year. Look at this amazing little bunny. That's a friendly bunny. This is the first time I spent time with the bunny since it's been here. It's only been here a night. We just got them. We went in a snowstorm because they needed a place to go, and we really wanted them, and they're really sweet. And when we hear about animals that have physical issues, it's sort of our specialty. Just like this guy. This guy has bad legs. He needed a place that could support him, that could be around a lot, help him, medicate him, do all that. You know, a lot of people and a lot of farms, they're not set up for that. They're set up for fair weather farming, and I don't mean that as an insult. I just mean that when like you get really, really troubled animals, it's impossible. They can't spend that kind of time on an individual animal because they have so many others, right? You can't put a single animal ahead of your flock if you just don't have the time to contribute to it. So we're just fortunate that we can do that. And with a blind rabbit, I mean, that rabbit is going to need support forever, right? So we're just happy that we can be that place and provide a little bit of that to them. And the bonding on the way. And it is awesome that you guys can see a little bit of it. Buddy, you're the most awkward cuddler. You don't stand in my lap. You need to lay down if you're going to go to sleep. But these are some nice bunnies. These are so soft. The Flemish Giants are soft. The Angora is a whole other level because, of course, it's Angora fur, right? So, but the Flemish Giants are really soft. I will say that the two breeds of rabbit that we did end up with are so docile. It's so nice to be around rabbits that don't bite. I mean, any rabbit can bite. They get scared. I feel like a lot of animals understand intention. They know when somebody's not nice. So they don't have any reason to be scared, and they don't have any reason to bite, so they don't. So it's awesome. Because rabbits are really fun to cuddle. Rabbits are just... And any small creature is just so hard. The predators make it so hard. The birthing pens make it a little easier because we don't have to worry about anything other than rats. So we don't have to worry about the foxes, the coyotes. They can't get in here. But even with white belly in here, the rats are still around. But you know, we do what we can do. We keep an eye on it. The cameras are helping so much because we actually haven't seen a rat. And the lights being on to scare the rats away, it's kind of win-win. All the way around. Hi, Cuddlebug. You're gonna have to go back to your tan in bed soon, but a bunny's taking it from you. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys the special needs pen. I'd like to show you guys every new pen that we kind of dedicate to something. You know, we have the birthing pen, but this is our special needs pen. And it does have people who are looking for Billy. This is where he's hanging out. And I think he's even happier than he was with the other bunnies because these ones are going to grow up with him and may really bond with him. So that'll be really exciting. Fine, no picking up. He's happy with the pets, but he does not want to be picked up. You do though, don't ya? Yes, you'd want to. What are you doing? You chewing on me? Fine, a few more minutes. He's saying, but I want to keep cuddling. You can't fall asleep here, though. Because my butt will freeze. I'm on span. You want to go play? You don't want to go play, do you? They sort of made this little box their nest. Okay, got to get back to feeding and the other ones, but you guys got to see the special needs nest. We are making a new pen, a brand new pen, and we're going to be bringing in more mamas because we have the due date of a few is either today or tomorrow. I don't remember the exact date, but now they're all coming together. So we are going to be watching like at least 6, but up to 10. So I don't know who's going to go first, but I bet you it will not be Norway. But anyway, thanks for joining, guys.